Oh, we got to wait another hour before this thing tips off, but we cannot wait to bring it to you here on TNT. Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, live from Oracle Arena in Oakland. There's the man whose 41-point night catapulted Golden State into this Game 7. It's Klay Thompson. Russell Westbrook, he and the Thunder had the chance to close it out. They had a 3-1 lead in this series, and now their last chance to move on to the NBA Finals. It takes place here in Oakland. The reigning champs taking on the champions in waiting in Kevin Durant. And there is Steph Curry, 31 points in Game 6. They only lost 3 games on this floor all year. 2 in the regular season, 1 here in the post. It came against the Thunder in the opener of this series. And now here we sit, Game 7 on TNT. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. TNT NBA Tip-Off presented by Auto Trader. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley. This is going to be, I don't know if anybody expected us to be here when this series stood 3-1, but here we are at a Game 7.
Well, you got to take your hat off to what the Golden State Warriors have done the last couple games. They did exactly what they had to do. Oklahoma City's got to pick themselves off the floor, but I'm excited about this game. There's nothing like a Game 7. This is going to be like the longest hour for the players, though, Ernie. You just can't wait for the game to start.
This is Game 7, number 125 in NBA history. The home team is 124. And in fact, the Golden State Warriors franchise was involved in the very first Game 7 way back in 1948 when they were the Philadelphia Warriors.
How was that game,
And they beat the St. Louis Bombers 85-46.
Ernie, who was on the show with you then?
I don't know. I remember our player of the game was Jumpin' Joe Fultz with his 15 points, the Hall of Famer for the Philadelphia
Wait,
Warriors.
they got somebody in the Hall of Fame got 15 points in a Game 7?
And let me tell you something.
Jumping Joe Fultz.
If this game is at any point ever 85-46, you have my permission to get out the clicker. But I don't anticipate 85-46 being in the equation of this Game 7. We've got both sides covered. Golden State forcing this Game 7 here at home. Let's start with that angle and David Aldridge, DA.
Well, EJ, 4 days ago, the Warriors looked like their championship hopes of repeating were dead in the water. They were down 3-1 to a talented and desperately hungry Oklahoma City team. But in those last 5 days, Golden State has found its bearings and found its game. And after Klay Thompson's 41 points, the Warriors find themselves 1 game away from getting back to the finals. No guarantees tonight, but the Warriors are delighted to have this chance at home.
Yeah, that's the mentality. That's what we have to do if we want to, realize our goals. It didn't pan out the way we wanted going into the series. We were taking a different journey, but at the end of the day, we have 48 minutes to, claw ourselves out of the grave and advance. So, what more could you ask for? It's gonna be a fun night. Just to lay it out in the line.
You know, Draymond Green told us after Game 1 when they were down 1-0, he said, look, if we come back and win this series and win the championship, this will be the series that we remember as the one that got us over the top. We'll see if it happens tonight. And now for Oklahoma City side of the story, let's go over to Craig Sager. Sags?
Well, thank you. It's up to Oklahoma City to recover from the Game 6 collapse when they had a chance to close out the series on their home court. It appeared that Kevin Durant was so excited about the opportunity that he tried to do it all himself. 19 field goal attempts in the first half, 10 for 31 in the game, with several costly turnovers in the final 2 minutes. We talked to him today and asked him how his mental state was for this big Game 7.
After the game, I was definitely upset and, angry with myself and just wanted to win. That's just part of being a competitor. Everybody in our locker room felt the same way. But like I said, we got a quick turnaround. We can't walk into shoot around, into breakfast meetings and be upset. When we got another opportunity, we can't squander that one away by getting in our own heads. So just try to move past it and it's a great opportunity to play you know, at the highest level with one game to go to get to the finals. You know, we like having that opportunity. So, you know, it's easy to come in here and kind of let it go, learn from it, and move on.
Well, not a lot of X's and O's on Billy Donovan's chalkboard in the locker room. Simply, we have to do it together. Back to you, EJ.
All right, thank you very much.
We've been saying that all series long. I agree with him coming out aggressive, you know, because that's what all superstars do. You have to come out aggressive and set the tone. However, if you're not rolling, kick it to somebody else, see what they were doing, go to the hole, get fouled, get your rhythm back. You know, I was never a shooter, but I played with a lot of great shooters. Glenn Rice, if he missed 2 shots in a row, his next 4 plays, he's driving, getting fouled, going to the free throw line, getting his rhythm. D. Scott, B. Shaw, getting it back. So, you know, these guys, have they learned their lesson? You know, they're going to come out and say, you know what, I had a bad game, maybe I can have a good game, I'm going to play the same way, or are they going to play good, clean basketball, out-rebound these guys, take care of the ball? We shall see tonight.
Oklahoma City had a 7-point lead, 5 minutes to go in that game, and still with 3 minutes to go, they had the lead. But look what happened in the last 3 minutes of Game 6. Outscored 12-2. They made 1 bucket. That was by Andre Robertson on a follow. Missed their only 3. Turned it over 6 times while Golden State didn't, and gave Golden State 10 points of those 12 down the stretch. And we can talk about this as we look at how this all unfolded in the closing minutes.
Well, Ernie, sometimes, you know, ain't nothing you can say. Those stats ain't going to beat anybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
great shots. I just thought it was great execution down the stretch by Golden State. Defensive intensity, but just knowing what to do in those key moments and having the confidence to do them. That was the difference. Klay Thompson obviously was on fire, hitting 11 threes, breaking an NBA record, but the defensive intensity and the hustle back to make you go through the wall of defense by Golden State was just as impressive as the shots were made by Klay and Steph Curry.
Well, listen, this game is over, Ernie. They can't worry about that game. Everything starts 0-0 now. They got to come out. I think the biggest decision, just think about it. I'm worried about Russell and Kevin's mentality. Now, because it's tough, Ernie. I ain't gonna lie. I've been thinking about it for the last 48 hours. Do you come out aggressive again? And because if you do know if you miss all those shots being aggressive, the pressure just gonna mount on you. I personally, in this situation, I wouldn't be overly aggressive. I let the game come to me until it starts getting out of hand. I'm going to try to get Adams, Ibaka, Robertson. I'm going to try to get those guys going. Now then, if Golden State starts taking the lead, then I'm going to try to shoot it every time I get it. But you can't come out and be over-aggressive. And you can't come out and be under-aggressive.
Yeah, he took 4 of their first 5 shots and 7 of their first 10 shots in Game 6, and then with 2 for 10,
you know,
2 for 10 in the first quarter.
I
know, but you said the other day he can't come out and shoot that much.
No, but you said he took 4 of the first 5 shots. I don't have a problem with that.
I have a problem.
Akeem did that, Chuck, you did that, I did that. You've done that many times. Stop it, Chuck.
I don't think you come out and take the first 7 or 10 if you're 1 for 7. I mean, you have to be like, if you're 5 for 7, yeah, you keep shooting, but you don't go 1 for 7 and keep jacking it up.
See, the problem I feel right now, because I think Kevin Durant knows who he is. I think Russell Westbrook knows who he is. But do they know who we are as the Thunder? Like, what gets us to win? And that is the difference is in the end of games. And to me, I did think we'd be here for Game 7, honestly, because Charles said, you know what, they're not going to get bigger down this, which is 100% right. They're going to pound them on the ball, on the boards. They're going to be too big and too versatile to beat them. They are a better team. But I also was thinking, they're not going to get more discipline either. They're going to still take opportunities that they should not take. And that's been the difference. It's not talent. Oklahoma City is the better team. They just can't impose their will because they're not disciplined enough in key moments to do it.
Durant and Westbrook in Game 6, no turnovers in the first half for either one of them, and then 6 turnovers down the stretch in a game that could have sent them to the NBA Finals. But again, they get that chance again tonight. Meantime, there's something very special, Charles and Shaq. Kenny got here early today.
Yes, I did.
Just so he could demonstrate something on the court before it became occupied. Would you like to see
Sure.
it?
I don't really ever want to see Kenny on television, but if we have to,
Well,
I'll suffer through it.
If we got to look at that makeup,
Tough
we
luck.
should
Here
look
it
at
is.
Kenny. Your makeup is awesome today, Charles.
Thank you. That's my face, bro.
That's not your face.
Let's roll that Kenny.
Okay, we moving Kenny's court to the court because you think about it. They say basketball is a game of inches. Now, for me, I thought I was a pretty good shooter, and we talk about inches. And for me, here's the three-point line, and we talk about the three-point line being here. Okay, this is a comfortable shot for me. If I take shots from here, it's a comfortable shot. I can make that shot. But the difference when you're playing against Golden State, that inches becomes feet, and it becomes here. So now this is the range that you have to guard, and I'm using a cone as a defender, that you have to guard Steph Curry. So I got my man Rodney out here. Rod, you're going to be Klay Thompson. So with this pressure that it puts on the defense is he's behind one cone, I'm behind the other. So now, here's the basketball. Now I'm the defender. Here's the basketball. Now I'm the defender. If he decides to drive, there is no way I can come help because there's too much room to get to the rim. So if he goes back, typically, if a great shooter is here, now he starts to drive, I'm able to help and slow him down. And all of a sudden, I'm able to stop the momentum of the defense. But those feet that they have allow them to play. So also, you have Klay here. You have Steph here. The defense is spread out. Let's add a third person. So now we got a third person that's here. All of a sudden, when you're bringing the ball up and you're Andre Iguodala, you're Draymond Green, because the defense, Rod, you be the defense and let the cone be the offense. Because now the defense is connected to him and they're not allowed to go. I'm able to get to the rim with nobody able to come help me and make a basketball play. The difference between shooter, good shooter, great shooter, phenomenal shooter allows everything for Golden State to open up. So if he's behind there, it's too impossible to guard him. You almost have to hope they miss because this is an uncomfortable shot for me. There it is. Let's go back. We're going to talk about it upstairs.
Yeah, that must have been outside your comfort zone just a bit.
No, but but it's not here. This is look at this.
Look at
Outside your boys' comfort zone too.
Yeah, but look at this. This is warm-ups,
Yeah.
and this is off the move, shooting jump. This is 2-3 in a row, comfortable shots. You have to defend him out there, which allows all those driver lanes for guys who aren't as good as players.
That ain't even that big of a deal. Those guys are just great shooters.
That's a big deal.
No, it's not. Ernie, but see, I look at it the other way. These guys are great shooters. But think about this. There's a reason OKC was up 3-1. Because if Kevin and Russell would pass the ball, they would get those extra feet too. That's the point I'm trying to make. Why Oklahoma City got when they were passing the ball. Russell and Kevin, when they're passing the ball, they get that extra couple feet too. They get a wide open jumper or extra driving lane. They're like, uh-oh, Kevin and Russell gonna pass the ball. But when they play hero ball, they don't get those feet. They take contested shots. So it worked both ways.
I agree on that.
Yeah.
So the question is, have they learned their lesson? What type of ball will they play tonight?
Shaq, they beat the San Antonio Spurs playing that way.
67 wins, right?
They had a 3-1 lead on the Golden State Warriors playing that way. And the last two games they have reverted because it didn't start in game 6. It started in game 5 when they both shot 30 times. So it's been creeping back. And listen, I wish I knew the answer to that question. Are they going to play hero ball or not?
So you don't think they're morally defeated?
I do think they're morally defeated, but I do. But let me tell you something. We were talking about, we rode over here with Reggie and Chris Webber, and we were trying to say who on their team could give them an inspirational speech. And I said, I'm not sure. It's just, what would you tell them if you were Coach Donovan? If I was Coach Donovan, I wouldn't write anything on the board. I said, hey, guys, we played these guys 10 times. There's nothing I can write on this board. There's nothing I can say. We just got to find a way to win the game
together.
Golden State is the 233rd team to be down 3-1 in a best of 7. They are the 31st team to force a Game 7, trying to become the 10th team to come all the way back and win a best of 7 after trailing 3-1. We're coming to you on a huge day in the NBA, and of course a national holiday, Memorial Day, as we remember those who have fallen in defense of this country. Those who have served in the armed services and have gone over there, wherever over there might be, and then not come home. And we thank them, 2016.
Mingo Ramos, on your feet, soldier. Get well soon, buddy.
Almost game time. Lucky hat or lucky socks? Couch or the big chair? Now, which team is my perfect match?
Go to NBA.com/perfect match during the NBA playoffs for a chance to win $25,000 towards a new car listed on AutoTrader.
With the new Go90 app on Verizon, NBA fans can watch highlights to get deep inside the game, all without using data. Superfans can get even deeper access, streaming behind-the-scenes insider content. Again, no data. And for fanatics who still can't get enough NBA, we have uncut footage of Draymond Green making a sandwich, just for you. Data-free. Go deep. Awkwardly deep. Keep up with all the sports you love with the Go90 app and Verizon.
We're gonna lose. I can't watch.
That is how you do it!
Now we have to watch another game.
Yeah, I got nowhere else to be.
What about your wife?
It's cool.
I'll have to know.
This doesn't look good.
Really?
Yeah, a bunch of different fonts, couple typos.
Our authentically awesome wings taste even better with special prices on Wing Tuesdays and Boneless Thursdays. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Side defense, one side attacks.
24 teams from across the globe.
The competition is fierce.
With a real prize on the line. $1.4 million. It's E-League Season 1 with Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Whatever team we're playing, we know we're playing the best.
Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific on TBS.
With AutoTrader, trading in or selling your car is so easy. It's a slam dunk. AutoTrader.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires for game-changing traction inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven.
Game 7, here we come. Barkley has been the force that has brought them here. Backdoor on Sean Kenny. Maybe his best ever playoff game when the Sonics needed him most. Here is Smith off the dribble, around Smith. For Houston Rockets, NBA champion. Gets it down local to O'Neal. Takes it to the basket, but O'Neal was able to put it up. A magnificent 7-game series.
Yes, they all have Game 7 experience. Shaq 3-1, Kenny 3-1, Chuck 2-3, and the guys working the game with Marv Albert tonight have been there and done that too. Reggie Miller at 2-3, Chris Webber 0-2 in his 2 Game 7 appearances.
Shaq is not right.
And,
why are you laughing, Zach?
Why are you over there snitching, Kenny? I ain't laughing.
You're making me laugh, and then I did it on camera.
C-Web, that man laughing at you, trying to blame it on me.
And
don't let them break us up, C-Web.
The last time,
no, we all had different responsibilities.
The last time there was a Game 7 in the Western Conference Finals, it was 2002. Chris Webber and the Sacramento Kings at home against Shaq and the Lakers. I know it's going back 14 years, C-Web, but can you kind of take yourself back to this moment of the day before you played that game and you're saying one game to go to the NBA Finals?
Well, you know, I think we were in a position, maybe OKC now. I heard Chuck say morally defeated. Coming off of Game 6, I'd never been in a position. We didn't know how to feel. So Game 7, we knew we were at home, but, you know, we knew that we were playing against two current Hall of Famers while they were playing in the league and a Hall of Fame coach. And, you know, it's you guys talk about that level of trust you have to have and being at that moment. And so it was just a good game, and we lost to a better team that day. And so, Ernie, I just remember I think I played 50 minutes or something like that. I just remember being totally exhausted, mentally exhausted after the game, and moments like that, you know, you just never forget. It's not like you wake up dreaming in nightmares every night, but you don't forget, especially on a day like today. I'm pumped, and you know, you wish you could go back in time and you know, get that game again.
You know, for us, it was a game that we needed. You know, we wanted to, you know, continue our streak of what we were doing in that building. You know, with such a lively building, such as this building tonight, we just knew we had to keep it close. And, you know, for me personally, I know I had to have a phenomenal game. You know, everybody knows my number is always 28. I had to be above that. And the Hack-a-Shack thing, I really had to concentrate on it. I think that game I went 11 for 15, so I really had to step up because I didn't want to let my team down. So, you know, my speech was in the locker room, get it to me, let me lead the way, I'm going to do what I do, kick it, double out. And we just kept it close. Got it to overtime, and then overtime, you know, I just think they ran out of gas.
You know, Shaq, and it's kind of the speech that you gave them on the road. I had to be a lot more aggressive on the road. I think I had better numbers on the road because I knew that, you know, a lot of guys hadn't been born in the culture of basketball or knew how important it was. And so on the road, we had to take it. And all year we had built up this team thing, you know. Be a team, take less shots, get other guys involved. And I remember talking to Coach Carrill before the game, and our plan was to get everyone involved. And, you know, in the fourth quarter, we had a couple wide open shots that would have sealed the game. But, you know, everybody handles moments differently. You know, sometimes the ball bounces the right way, it bounces the wrong way, depending on who you are. But we knew that you and Kobe were coming in there to take it. And, you know, I just felt that for myself, I had to try to do a little bit of everything to, you know, try to help us, and we just fell short.
You know what, Chris, that's what I was going to ask you, is that the Golden State Warriors have been with their backs against the wall elimination game for 2 games. So now this is their 3rd game in this environment. And so now guys like Livingston, Barnes, Barbosa, they're a little more comfortable being in this environment, where now this is the first time that Oklahoma City is in this environment, and you're not sure how guys 4, 5, 6, 7 are going to play. That's what's a little bit different.
Well, and it's up to Kevin and Russell to get those guys involved. You think about it. You go back to Game 5. I mean, everybody talks about Game 7, but this stuff has been happening. If you go back to Game 5, who did Golden State make prevalent? Maurice Spates, Andrew Bogut. Yeah. And before, when Oklahoma City was winning, they were making Adams do his thing. They had Ibaka rolling. They haven't done that the last couple
of games. You know what the stat was crazy? Somebody told me when Waiters, Ibaka, and Adams in their wins average double figures.
No, when they get 5 guys in double figures.
Yeah. 7-0 when they have 5 guys in double figures.
Let me ask you this, Chuck.
But the last
Go ahead, C.
Go ahead, C.
I want to just ask you this. You know, Chuck, so like a night like tonight, and we were talking about this a little on the van, I feel, and I want to hear your opinion, all you guys' opinion. Y'all, you know, Kenny, y'all are champions. Tonight, I feel that Kevin Durant and Westbrook need to play like they did in OKC. And I felt that in OKC, it was supposed to be a team type of game. But here on the road, I don't think you can wait, you know, as being that player on the road, I wouldn't wait for you because we couldn't get down. I didn't know if you cared about the booze. I love to be booed. So on the road, I'm going to take over. But at home, I want to spread it out and then let me take it through the end. And, you know, I don't know what you guys think about that. Should they play the way they played Game 6 at home?
But Chris, you're talking about the way they played Games 3 and 4.
No. I mean last game.
They came out super aggressive.
Even though they missed shots, Ernie, I don't mean hog or anything like that, but I mean I believe the stars have to set the tone on the road because you're going to get booed. You know, a lot of guys, even though you make the NBA, most guys aren't used to getting booed, you know, because nobody knows your name. Most guys aren't used to taking the tough shots every single night. And so on the road, I've learned a lot of guys left their game at home. Everybody usually brings their game at home. Guys leave it on the road, and I just think you err on the side of you getting it as the superstar on the road, and at home, you err on the side of team and sharing the ball.
Well, to answer your question is, it's a very tricky thing. Now, Kevin and Russ have to be aggressive. They can't be over-aggressive.
Right.
What I would do if I was, and I've been a star in that situation, I'm going to try to get my other guys involved. Because we had a conversation up here earlier about giving guys an extra few feet here or there. If they think Russell and Kevin are going to pass it to Ibaka, Adams, those guys, it'll give them, instead of taking a contested shot, it'll give them just a every time I get it.
I tell you
but I'm still going to try to get those guys involved the first couple plays.
And see, Webb, I'm going to talk on the other end because, you know, this ain't college where I was a guy. In the NBA, I was another. And so for me, I don't want to wait until 6 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go in the first quarter the first time I take a shot.
Yes.
I want to be able to have shots. So then when you need me down the stretch, when they're double teaming you, I have a comfort level of the rim and where it is. So yes, I would like to be involved early. And then about this, I would say 9-minute mark in the first quarter, I'm going to make sure you get more shots as another. I'm going to make sure you get the ball and get it into the areas of the floor where you're comfortable.
And see, well, to make my point clear, if you go back in the pressure situations, all the pressure started in Game 5.
Yeah.
I go and I repeated this earlier. Who did Golden State try to get going? Bogut and Spate and those guys. And that's what Oklahoma City got to do tonight.
Hey, Chris Webber.
Yes.
Have a great time tonight. I know you got the best seat in the house with you and Reggie Miller and Marv Albert.
And see, Webb, if you want to take 2 weeks off,
go ahead.
like Reggie did, don't worry about it.
Just don't take it personally, Shaq. We just have to go.
Game 7,
we still got some more time to get your thoughts in. We'll take a break here on the Auto Trader pregame show. Did Chuck lose weight or
too much makeup, Florian Carlos Suba?
No, I think it's a little combination of both. Lost a little weight and a little bit.
I think
you can't lose no weight.
I think
I 5 Snickers last night. You ain't losing no weight. Cut it out.
You're looking a little admonished. You're looking very admonished tonight.
Admonished.
We'll come back with more live from Oakland after this.
Is at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV.
Very excited to be back talking ball with you. Look at the West. It's too loaded. You're about to see
It's the finals, biggest rivals. Shape the culture, get your sculpture. Painful daggers, raise your swagger. Biggest jumpers, sacred numbers. Make your game bright, get the spotlight. Set the bar high, time to rewrite.
Thompson has been on fire and he hits again. Thompson down the lane.
Thompson keeping his team in the game.
Thompson turning and shooting. What a shot. A long three for Thompson. A new playoff career high for Klay Thompson. 41 points.
NBA playoff record, 11 made threes in Game 6 for Klay Thompson. And you look at this list of guys who have come up big with 40-plus on the road to avoid elimination, and Klay Thompson was unbelievable. And Steve Kerr had the best line of the night after the game. He's talking about Klay Thompson and Steph Curry and says, look, they walked that fine line between lethal and crazy. And Klay Thompson, crazy lethal in Game 6, which is why we find ourselves here in Oakland for Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. The Cleveland Cavaliers are waiting for the winner. We have a true pop star in our midst now.
Thank you.
Andy Samberg is here.
Thank you for
and a
saying
Bay
that.
Area native, and it's great to see you.
Good to be here.
I know. So where were you during Game 6?
Game 6, I was in LA with my buddies from the Bay going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible thing, and they've been down 3-1 in this series, and now trying to go to the finals again. So you're a true fan.
I'm a huge fan. I grew up in the Bay Area. I lived through Run TMC. I lived through the choking incident. And I've been...
Shout out Latrell Sprewell, PJ.
Shout out Latrell. All love for Latrell. I was on his side. But but yeah, we're in heaven now in the Bay. It's really exciting.
So you got a new movie coming out, Pop Star. When is it open and what is it about?
It's opening this Friday. Thanks for asking, Shaq. I appreciate that.
I'll be there.
It's on June 3rd. It's it's me and my buddies, The Lonely Island. We made those videos for SNL, all those songs, and this is a big movie kind of version of that.
I got a question.
Yeah.
This is a Game 7 NBA. This is when the nerves and all of the things come out.
Yeah.
When does that come out as an actor? When is a Game 7 for you?
SNL is that because it's live. Charles, you hosted while I was there.
Yeah. Well, it was Game 2 for him.
Did it? Yeah, it didn't make you nervous.
It did make
I tell you what, I see. That was one of the fun things I've done in my life. Oh my God!
You look like a little baby.
Yes. And
Charles looks the same.
They didn't even adjust my seat. That's just my size.
It was fun. I tell you what, man, it's one of the most fun things I've ever did hosting SNL, and one of the hardest things I've done in my life. It's a grind, man.
Well, remembering things wasn't your strong suit in school. We saw
you
your
killed
grades.
it. You killed it on SNL. You were very funny.
See, me and him and Shaq were actors.
He was good. He was trying to convince us all to go to Atlantic City on Friday. But
That's true.
honestly, it was a good idea.
Hey, we didn't work till Saturday night.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
No, welcome to our world. We get that all the time. So when you watch this team and being a lifelong fan of this team, you know how you go through some great times, you go through some valleys.
Yes.
To be where you are right now as a fan of this organization, champions, possibly on the brink of going back and playing LeBron.
Yeah.
What is this? Where does the not pride of ownership, but pride of fanhood come in for you?
It comes in huge, you know, and the Bay Area is a place that really gets fired up, as you can tell. They're craving it for sure. So, you know, Chef Curry, the fisherman, just like
There you go.
Stop
There you go.
It's catching on.
I like
It's catching on. It might be catching on. You never know.
Catch and release. You're not going to give it a love to the San Jose Sharks?
I love the Sharks. Sharks are doing it.
All right.
Dude, catch and release.
You like the fisherman
I
cut it
couldn't
out.
tell you one player on the Sharks, though, but I do love them.
We
See?
Yeah. What do you do with that box? Yeah. Exactly.
Wait, well, I don't like that.
I feel like those are the right
I'm not happy with the
proportions.
size of those boxes.
I think that's correct. They're inversely proportional to the chairs.
No, they said big things come in small packages.
Correct.
Big things come in small
It's great
packages.
to see you. Or should I call you Connor for real?
Please do, June 3rd. Anyways.
Good luck with the movie.
Thank you very much,
All right,
gentlemen.
buddy. I'll see
Good
you
to
around.
see you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Meantime, earlier today, we saw Kenny on the court doing his demonstration, and E40 is down there too. You're hanging out
with E40, without question. You know, E40 is doing his new thing, and he's from the Bay Area, obviously a longtime fan, but he is the culture of hip-hop music from the Bay.
Spin it.
Well, I'm here with the Bay Area's finest. Sick With It Records, E40. First of all, thanks for joining me, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
But the question I want to have, you know, hip-hop and basketball, they're married together. So how do you think that it inspires players before Game 7 like this, music that you've written and other people have written and done for the NBA right now?
I mean, sports and music go hand in hand, and, you know, it's motivation, though. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear a certain song, you just automatically get, yes, damn me geek, get fired up, get hyped. You know what I'm saying? So you show up and show out, man. You feel me?
Show up and show out, one of the infamous lines from our man E40. But I'm going to take him now to the break and to the commercial that you and Draymond Green did.
To get to that, it's an all-day process, and for me, I got a playlist that I listen to. It tunes everything else out, and it just takes me to where I need to go mentally. Just getting hyped, just taking it there, like getting in your zone, just being live. I choose my songs, some of them about just how they sound. Some of them is like a motivational type song, you know, something in that song that catches you, that kind of take you there, that, you know, you can apply what he's saying to what you're doing.
Tell me when
When I think of being ready, I think of what I got to do to step out on this floor.
To do to win this game tonight?
Well, it's with Game 7. We don't go home. The one thing we talk about, just leave it all out there. Just give everything you have, 100%, and just go out there and play our basketball.
All right, thanks a lot.